Hello guys, welcome to Historical Insights. This has been a heavily requested video. What if the Confederacy won the Civil War? Before we get into this, let me just say, this is all my humble opinion. I would appreciate if you just say civil in the comments. Obviously, a request like that will go unheeded, but I just want to try my best. Alright, so let's start off with the point of divergence. There would be 2 points where the South could have won. One is at Gettysburg, and the other is at Antietam. Since Gettysburg is too much talked about, we'll discuss Antietam. The Confederates could have easily won this battle, but Messenger was not able to deliver a message, so the Confederacy was able to lose. In this universe, the message is delivered to the Confederacy, and under the wise generalship of Bobby Lee, they defeat the Union forces at Pennsylvania, capture the city, and move north to cut off all the rail lines leading to D.C. before surrounding the city and destroying all the Union forces around it. If Honest Abe manages to escape being captured, he'll immediately surrender to the superior forces after the British and French intervene on the South due to their reliance on cotton. Side note, I always hate when people say the Union is more developed than the South, because it's just not true. The South had a very good military leadership, as well as its ingenious ideas like flying leopards, a scout unit that used hot air balloons to spy on the enemy. They also had a prototype paratrooper, although that was never realized. Anyway, let's discuss terms. Due to the Union's decisive defeat, they would have to pay large reparations, as well as giving up all their territory up to the Potomac River. This would usher in a golden age for the South, while the Yankees would be bitter about their crushing defeat, either becoming isolationist or falling to nationalism. Using their newfound wealth, the Confederacy would buy Cuba along with Newfoundland to pressure the Union. After Mexico falls into civil war due to their conflict with the French, the South would purchase northern Mexico to stop their government from completely collapsing. With all of this new farmland, the South would be able to greatly expand their agricultural capacity. Meanwhile, the North continues to tear itself apart as more and more authoritarian laws are put into place to keep people in line. Although the North is more industrialized, limits of their capacity starts to show and strain. As the South continues to grow as a rising power, the Union continues to decline until nationalism is the only thing holding them together. This only leads to a second civil war, but ends just like the first, although harsher conditions are put in place against the Union. Side note, no matter what affiliation you have, we can all agree the Union's economic system was fundamentally flawed with worker unions and constant strikes, leaving the Union economy in tatters. Anyways, let's cut to World War I. With the South being good allies with France and Britain due to their extreme reliance on cotton, they would join the Allied powers. As a last chance to get back on the South, the Union would join the Central Powers and attack the Entente. Although the economic situation in the North is dire, they outnumber the South in sheer manpower, making the South unable to send support to their Democratic allies. This will cause the Central Powers to gain a foothold in Europe, causing the war to go in the Central Powers' favor. However, they would reach a point where they could no longer advance into France. This would free up the Central Powers to send assistance to America, causing them to slowly push into the South. It would be a hard-fought campaign, but with the industrialization of the North, they would be able to produce enough artillery to make areas of the South almost uninhabitable. Think Sherman's march times 1,000. Eventually, France will surrender as per usual, and the rest of the Allies will follow suit, although Switzerland would avoid any damage during the war. The South would finally be annexed by the North, and the British and French would be forced to cede land. This would lead to a drastic change of Western civilization as we know it. Well, this is very interesting. Alternate history can really show the cycles of humanity, and for me at least, it touches me on a special level that art does not. Side note, I'm talking about real art, not the red squares on a blank canvas, but that's a topic for another video. Anyways, see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell notification so it's harder for YouTube to silence me.